Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness unto light, lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste everybody and welcome. So, more full today than yesterday. I think fullness has more fans than emptiness. So today I'll really struggle to end a little early so we can have at least a couple of questions before we wrap up. So today I'll really struggle to end a little early so we can have at least a couple of questions before we wrap up. So the subject today is fullness. One of the nuns here was saying that it would be like two binders, bookends, emptiness, fullness. So today is this, the other side, the obverse of yesterday's talk. But the hope is that we'll come to see that both are pointing towards one reality. You might ask, what reality would that be, Swami? It's you. You're pointing back towards you. When I was a kid, in an ashram, in our monastery, in a place called Bhubaneswar, which is on the eastern coast of India, on the close to the Bay of Bengal, not on the Bay of Bengal. It's a very ancient city, a city of temples, but also it was a city long ago. There were thousands of Buddhist monks and also Jain monks who lived in caves. Those cave systems are still there. They are places for tourists to visit. Swami Brahmananda, who was a disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, he founded our ashram, the Ramakrishna Mission Ashram in Bhubaneswar. And he said this is a particularly holy place. He called it Gupta Kashi, the secret Benares. Kashi is the holy city where if people go there to die so that they can get liberated. He said once upon a time, a long time ago, thousands of Buddhist monks meditated here and they attained nirvana, they attained enlightenment and freedom. So that's the place. And I was lucky enough to live very close to the monastery when I was a kid. It's no small thanks to that monastery that I'm a monk now, in front of you. And one of the memories I have of that monastery is going up to the second floor. That was before the new big temple, the extended temple. There was a small temple at that time, small shrine at that time, and there were other rooms. In one of the rooms, when you walked in, it was a bare room. I was still vivid in my memory. And in the bare room, there was a wooden board on one of the walls with a Sanskrit mantra written on it. And nothing else in that room. I remember every time as a kid going up, I would be transfixed by that mantra. I would look at it. I don't know how much I understood. I was just a little boy. But I still remember the cool feeling of the floor beneath my bare feet, the sunlight streaming through the windows, and the utter stillness of that room. And the mantra which went like this: Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I was somehow fascinated by this. I didn't understand any of the philosophy behind it at that time. What does it say? It's a famous Upanishadic Shanti mantra, peace mantra, peace chant. But what does it say? It's one of the most profound statements of the Vedanta that I have come across in all the literature. It says, Purnamadah Purnam means the full, the whole, the W-H-O-L-E, not H-O-L-E. That H-O-L-E bit was yesterday. Okay, silly joke. Or one more, I can't resist this. Not related to today's talk, but yesterday's talk. The poet says that the problem of our modern times is that because of our loss of faith in religion, we have a God-shaped hole in our lives. We try, however much modern humanity tries to fill up the God-shaped hole in our lives with art and politics and all good causes, with whatever, still doesn't work because it's a God-shaped hole. And someone quipped, the Buddhist replaced the God-shaped hole with a hole-shaped God. Empty, shunya. Today's Purnam it literally means the full, the complete, the whole, W-H-O-L-E, whole. The infinite, the limitless. From the limitless, that is limitless, Purnamada, that is limitless. This is limitless, this is infinite. From that infinite, this infinite has come. And in this infinite, if you recognize the infinite, if you recognize the infinity of the infinite alone remains. That is Purnam. This is Purnam, what you experience now. This Purnam has come from that Purnam. And in this Purnam, if you recognize the infinity right here, then the Purnam alone remains. Om, peace, peace, peace. All right, so that's the theme for today. How do we understand this? Literal explanation of this is not very difficult. What it means is this. That is infinite. What is that? Brahman, Bhagavan, Ishvara, God, ultimate reality, whatever you call it. That is infinite, that is full, that is limitless. Why is it called that? Because it's not something that we are experiencing directly. The Sanskrit adaha has a sense of being beyond the range of our experience. It's something that you may believe in, it's something that you may speculate about, but we don't know it. Unless you're an enlightened person, you don't know it. It's distant from us, beyond the range of our senses, our thought, our capacities to understand. It's something, an artifact of our belief or disbelief if you are an atheist or something. So that is infinite. And this universe, this is a manifestation of that. This is also infinite. What is the relationship between these two? The universe and that ultimate reality. The apparent reality and the ultimate reality. What is the relationship between these two? The universe and that ultimate reality. The apparent reality and the ultimate reality. What's the relationship between I, this person, and what might be my real nature, which Vedanta says is Brahman? What's the relationship? Purnat Purnam Udachyate. From that Purnam, from that infinity, this infinity has arisen. Which in religion, you have from God, the universe has come. God is the creator. The language of theistic religion. All theistic religions, all religions which believe in God have this thing in common. All of them. That God is the creator of this universe. This is exactly the meaning. So this limitless reality which we see around ourselves, this vast universe, this is the creation, and this is the creation, that is the creator. From that, this has come. All right, that's the plain meaning. What else? If you recognize that in this, right here, right now, you and this universe, if you find, literally in religious language, if we can find God right here, right now, within ourselves here, then that alone remains, that infinity alone remains. Okay, this is the meaning. I mean, you are free, you are liberated, you have found nirvana, you have found moksha, you have got salvation. It's done. So purpose of life is accomplished. Peace, peace, peace. Good. But now we need to look a little deeply into this. One great way of understanding this, what is being said and how do we go about becoming infinite, limitless and free, is I'm always reminded of the ocean out there, the Pacific Ocean. And there's that, it always reminds me of the wave example, which is a beautiful example to understand Advaita Vedanta. That Imagine, out there in this vast ocean, somewhere out there, a little wave is born. And it races along with other waves, and very soon it finds other little waves around it, makes wave friends, goes to wave school, and soon he finds that some little waves are friendly towards it, they're nice, some are not so friendly, they're mean, and some are big waves. I don't know if I'll ever get to be that big, and the little wave is jealous of them, and some waves are smaller than it, and the little wave is contemptuous of them, what a loser. And there's merrily, life goes on. And as they race inwards towards this place, the little wave asks its friends, "What's that?" "Oh, that's Santa Barbara." "Oh, what's happening there?" "Oh, that's the place where all waves go to die." "What do you mean? You're going to be smashed." The waves get smashed there, they burst into foam and surf and stuff like that. And there are humans who ride on the surf and they have a gala time, but it's death for us, basically. That's horrible. Well, that's life. And then the little wave is contemplating its death, and looking for that, the tumult, the crashing surf and all is racing along there. And next to it comes along a Vedantic wave and says, there is a solution to this problem. Really? Solution to the problem of death? Wave death? That's the solution to the problem of wave death? Yes, a solution to the problem of death. And all your other problems like jealousy and arrogance and all of that, everything. Every problem can be solved. What's the name of the solution? Well, there is something called water, which doesn't die. Well, good for water, but I don't want to die. Well, you are water. You are water. So am I, and so is everybody else. Wow! What is this water? Well, water is that from which this has come. That infinity from which this infinity called the Pacific Ocean has come. And here itself, if you recognize the water, right here, in this, then only water will remain. That sounds kind of cool. Where do I find this water? And tell me fast, because I can see Santa Barbara is coming. Well, to find water, it's pretty easy. It's around you, inside you, outside you. That's mystical talk. That's not, I don't get it. Well, all right, in that case, water is your innermost reality. Deep inside you, you will find water. Just meditate a little. Forget all other waves, okay? Forget Santa Barbara for the time being, okay? And then look inside yourself, okay? Deeper and deeper and deeper. At your core, you will find something called water. And once you have found it, I think I've got it. But then look around. Not just your core. Inside and outside, it's the same thing. It's water. Yeah, you're right. And what happens? When you smash against the beach, you will lose the wave form, and you will take the foam or surf form, but you'll still be water. You are water now with the wave form. You'll still continue to be water, exactly the same, with the drop form or the surf form or the foam form, something. You don't die. You may even, if it's a hot day, you may even ascend to the skies as a little water droplet, as water vapor, and come down as rain somewhere else, hopefully on California, and run back into the sea. You will still be water. You have no death. Wow. That's great. And what else? Notice something else. You are water, I am water. What's the margin, what's the border between us? Nothing. As a wave, I have borders. I am this, and that's another wave, and I'm saying, give me my space, I'm wave. But if you are water, what's the difference between one wave and another wave? Nothing. You seamlessly flow into other waves and other waves flow into you. You are one limitless, massive, endless body of water that's what you are. And no wave is different from you, never was. Each wave is born in you, plays around in you, develops in you, and merges back into you. You remain water. And not only that, the consequence of this is the biggest wave is no different from you. It's nothing to be jealous of, it's you. The smallest wave, the littlest bubble, is no different from you. You can't be arrogant about it. They are all one with you. And you remain as water, as a blessing to yourselves and everybody else. So that's water Vedanta. Now,